Everest ain't got shit on me. You can touch the sky, but you ain't got shit on me. Yeah.
Hello, computer. And yes, that is my opening line to most of my vlogs, but this is probably a YouTube video. I want to talk about tipping culture, about a lot of stigmas that people have about it. I'm going to give you 3 examples to better illustrate how tipping should be done, in my opinion. And the prevailing philosophy in America right now, in terms of tipping culture, is that if you do not have 15 to 20% on top of the bill, you should not eat out. And that seems to be something a lot of people in the industry, as well as a lot of people online, have told me or have expressed with pretty zealot standards. A lot of people believe that with an absolution. It used to be a lot worse. People used to be much more rude about it, kind of use it this way and that way. Alright, so the first example is, say you are a millionaire and you go out to tip. Let me actually tell you my philosophy of tipping before I give you examples. My philosophy of tipping is, if you have money, you should tip. That's pretty much it, you know. And money is a metaphysics. So money is a metaphysics. You should tip if you have money, and not discriminate against people who need the mental health break of a restaurant, of eating out at a restaurant. To not hate people who don't just have hard cash, but need a break. So the first example is the millionaire who has a bunch of money. It is very obvious that person should tip, but it's also very likely that that is the kind of person that will not tip. Somebody like me who doesn't have a lot of money is a lot more likely to tip. So that's kind of a strange dynamic there, but it's true. A lot of people who have a lot of money think that hoarding everything, and they're a lot stingier, a lot more likely to judge the service, you know, for better or worse. And it's also likely that those people tip the most and the least. The second example is somebody who has 20% and not much money. 20% for a tip and not much money elsewhere. That person will probably tip that. I think most people who have enough money to eat out at restaurants and have a good, like, $5 on a $20 bill, you know, will put that down. And that works itself out. It's a stranger thing to know that they wouldn't, you know, or why they wouldn't. I don't really have time for that discussion, but this is more of a mini lecture. And so the third example is somebody who really doesn't have almost any money, you know, somebody who has nothing. And if that person, a homeless person, sits down at a diner after getting some nice free clothes from Goodwill and decides, I need to eat pencil. This is why I say money is a metaphysics, because somebody who pays for the diner bill with a poem and maybe a few other things might change the culture, and maybe it's worth something. Maybe it's not, you know. But what people give with their mentality is often worth more than money, and actually directly the value of money, because money is a standard backed up by national wealth, national truth, right? So money in America is money because the government backs it, and those are people. You know, I mean, it's a system that people have created. It's a metaphysics in that way. You know? And people decide that it's worth less or worth more than it is. Look at the stock market. So why should we discriminate against somebody who pays with a poem? You know, if it's a good poem, if they decide, you know, if they're smart enough, you know, they could decide that they want to write a poem for the bar every day. Maybe they work it out beforehand. Maybe they're like, if you give me breakfast, I will write you a poem every day and leave it in the local coffee shop. I will print it out at the library, 10 cents a page. And I will do the cultural work to promote your diner. So that's the third example. Though it is kind of interesting to think about the people who really don't have almost any money. Maybe you only have $6 for a $6 meal. Should you decide to eat? So say you have $10 for an $8 meal. Should you, or $10, you have $11 for a $10 meal. Should you eat out if you need it? Yes, because imagine 6 or 7 people who do that. And, you know, so long as you have a good, you know, respect for the staff, so long as you have respect and a decency to be kind and to you know, offset the tip, why not? Because it'll stack up, it'll add up. It's better than the restaurant sitting empty. So that's my philosophy of tipping. Thank you for your time.